Congratulations, physics graduates of 2021. You have made it to the finish line. I wish we could do this in person, but unfortunately, we're still under the COVID protocol, and so here we are. Zoom is still ruining our lives, but I think we can now see the light at the end of the tunnel. I hope that you will at least be able to celebrate in person with your friends and your family. Although, I must remind you that some of you still have one last batch of finals to go through. Sorry for reminding you, but I just couldn't help myself. Now, seriously, I am sure that this is not how you were hoping to spend your last year and a half at UCSB. We know that many of you had to face difficulties that went way beyond the usual academic challenges that all students have to face. But you persevered and you succeeded. I speak for the rest of the faculty to tell you how impressed we have been, but how well you were able to adjust to all of the challenges that were thrown at you in the last year and a half. You should be proud of yourselves, and we are proud of you. It is always a bittersweet moment for us to say goodbye to a batch of students that share their academic journey in the physics department with us. You have a lot to look forward as this chapter ends and a new chapter begins. I wish you all the best. Now, celebrate and go have some fun.
Hello, seniors. I haven't gotten to know all of you, but I have gotten to know many, and it's been a pleasure. You've been a great cohort. You've come very far. You've worked really hard. It's been a hell of a year. You are more than ready for our brave new post-COVID world. Those of you who've come to know me know I'm prone to providing extensive advice at the smallest provocation. It's a hard habit to break, so I'm going to do it again one last time. As you go out there, remember, by completing the physics major, you have already proven you can do difficult things. You can chase down unknowns and face down the fear that comes with doing so. You notice things. You're curious. You speak math. You came to UCSB with those life skills and sharpen them. Use them always. As you look for the real why behind how things are in the world, they will serve you well. Okay, I'm done. Go out there, make your mark, and then one day before I die, and I'm not as young as you think, come back and tell me about it. Tell all of us. The students then will be as curious about you, the alum, as you are now about what you'll become. Go knowing that our department, the faculty, the staff, the former and future students, we are all rooting for you and will be interested to hear your story. Congratulations.
Dear UCSB Physics Class of 2021, it's a great pleasure to address you briefly on, unfortunately, Zoom as you graduate this year. This momentous year in which humanity has faced worldwide pandemic and social and political upheaval. What a year. You know, life is made not of years, but of moments. As we look back on life, what we remember is a collection of moments. None of us remember our beginning, and none of us will remember our end. Most other remembered moments that mark our years are both beginnings and endings. This moment, too, is both a beginning and an ending. For many of you, it's the end of college tuition and the beginning of repayment of student loans. For many of you, it's the end of the process in which you absorb past knowledge and the beginning of the process in which you begin to apply that knowledge or start to pass it on to the next generation. For many of you, it's the end of formal education and the beginning of so-called real life. For many of you, it's the end of the period in your life where you receive from your parents and from society, and the beginning of the period where you give back to society. And there is much that you can give back, for you are a privileged lot. You're privileged to live in a country that is both prosperous and full of both opportunity and challenges. You're fortunate to have lived free of the disease and the hunger and the war that plague much of humanity. You're privileged to have attended a great university and to have acquired much knowledge. You live better than kings and queens did only a few hundred years ago, and you know more than the greatest scholars did only a few generations ago. But with all these privileges comes the responsibility to use your knowledge to improve the lot of the less fortunate in our country and around the world, and to tackle the many problems and the many dangers that my generation has left for you to tackle. And there are many problems and dangers that we all face. The massive inequalities that exist in and among nations, the persistence of useless war and violence, and the danger of fanaticism and terror, and the threats to the environment and to the health of our planet. All of these challenges have become much more apparent in this year of pandemic and upheaval. And what also has become clear is the importance of science and rationality in addressing these problems. As scientists, you have a special responsibility to advocate for enlightenment, for reason, and for science. As far as science goes, some wonder whether someday we will arrive at a theory of everything and run out of new problems to solve, much as the effort to explore the Earth ran out of new continents to explore. While this is conceivably possible, I'm happy to report that there is no evidence that we are running out of our most important resource, ignorance. As physicists, you have learned much, but you've also learned that there are wonderful questions that we ask and yet do not have the answers for. And so as scientists who will create new knowledge, you have an exciting journey ahead of you. Reporters, students often ask me what advice I would give to students and young scientists embarking on a scientific career. And I feel very uncomfortable in answering such a question, but there are 2 points that I always stress. And although you might have, and I'm sure I've heard them before, they are important. The first is follow your heart. You'll face many difficult choices in the years ahead. What career to follow? What field of science should you work in? When students ask me what field of science they should go into or what problems they should work on, I always answer, find out what you truly love to do, and if possible, do that. I don't think you can succeed unless you are engaged in what you truly love. If you are working in what you love to do, then you'll be able to marshal the concentration, the creativity, and the hard work necessary for success. And most important, you'll enjoy the journey. And for the graduate students who are embarking on a career of research, my advice is broaden your scope. You've had to narrow that scope in pursuing a PhD, but now you have the opportunity to broaden it. And one thing is clear, that in the future, physics will change. And so don't keep down the narrow path you might have followed to get here, but broaden your outlook. And second, aim high and dare to fail. If you never attempt goals that might appear to be impossible, you're guaranteed not to achieve those goals. If you try, you might very well fail. But so what? You might succeed. And in any case, you will know that you gave it your best shot and will have fun along the way, especially if you're engaged in what you truly love. Take a chance to make a difference in all aspects of life. Don't sell your dreams short. Don't be afraid to follow your most ambitious plans and pursue your most outlandish ideas. Dare to connect with other human beings and to love deeply. And if you do, there will be many moments like this, moments of triumphant endings, moments of hopeful beginnings. Thank you and good luck.
Celebrating 50 years of achievement in 2021, the Arnold Norziak Outstanding Senior Award is awarded to graduating seniors who excel in research and academics.
I'm Sean Benavides, and I am honored to receive the Arnold Nordsick Award. I would like to thank the Nordsick family for their generosity, and I would also like to acknowledge everyone who has made my physics journey possible. In particular, my academic advisor, Dr. Tengiz Bibilashvili, and my research advisor, Professor Nathaniel Craig, have been extraordinary mentors to me. I'd also be remiss not to acknowledge my family and friends who have tirelessly supported me throughout these 4 years. So, another big thank you to the Nordsick family. This award means a lot to me, and I am truly grateful for this honor.
Hello Nordsea family, I hope you all are doing really well. I'm Alex Hall and I'm really honored and grateful to be receiving the Arnold Nordsick Award this year. It's incredibly humbling for me to be recognized among my peers in this amazing graduating class of 2021. And I just wanted to take this moment to thank you, your family, for your generosity in establishing and supporting this award. It's amazing opportunities like this that I feel have made my undergraduate experience at UCSB so special. And so I really can't thank you all enough. With that said, let me just take this one last time to thank you all again, and I wish you all the best in the future. Take care.
Hi, I'm Jacob, and I'm a lucky recipient of the Arnold Nordsick Award this year. I first want to say a huge thank you to the Nordsick family, who are extremely generous to make this award possible. And I also want to express how grateful I am to have been selected this year. There's a lot of people who I guess I would thank for the last 4 years that led to me receiving this award. But I would especially want to thank Dr. B, because he is one of the most supportive people that I know, and I feel really lucky to have him as a friend and as an advisor. I also want to thank my graduate student mentor, Nick, and he's helped me grow a huge amount as a scientist in the 3 years that I've known him. Again, thank you to the Nordsick family, and it's a huge honor to receive this award.